Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree. I'm Jeannine. Kris is not able to be with us today. She had her surgery for her cancer, her breast cancer. She's doing good. I'm sure she'll be posting updates as she can, but for the next few viewings, it's just going to be me. So you get me. All right. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And let's get to that calendar. So we have just a few things to do on Wednesday, the 14th, from 5:30 to 7:30. It only takes a couple hours to do this. If you show up at 5, it's fine. It doesn't matter. And we've got an extra half hour. It takes you a little bit longer. We're going to be teaching you how to do basic macrame knots. This is the Beginners Macrame project when we do that workshop where we actually work an entire piece. With the basic knots, we take practice cord and I teach you how to do all these knots, like the square knot, the spirals, the double half hitch. So we do all of those, so you're just practicing the knots, but it gives you um, that extra time to learn these and get proficient at them so that when you do other workshops with us, then you've kind of got a leg up on everybody. Since you've already learned them, you have practice cords, you can practice them over and over and get really good at knowing a left and a right square knot, um, alternating square knots, the double half hitches, because these guys go like this. Those are fun. This here is, these are double half hitches, but they're done on an angle. Lark's head to attach your cords at the beginning of your project. These are the spirals. These are half square knots, and they create that spiral effect on your projects. So we're going to show you how to do that on May 14th, starting at 5:30. Now the store will be closed on May 17th. I'm actually going to a needle felting workshop so I can learn some more techniques to help out with improvement of things that I do and to help others in the store who are doing needle felting. Bob's going with me. Shh, don't tell. It's going to be a fun weekend, isn't it?
Sure.
It is. We're going to have a good time. The next weekend happens to be Great Lakes Fiber Show. The store is closed on Friday, the 23rd, through Monday, the 26th. Okay? The 26th is Memorial Day. I would be closed anyway. The Great Lakes Fiber Show in Worcester at the Wayne County Fairgrounds on Saturday and Sunday. Now, I have to look at Bob's phone to see what these times are because I know there's two different times on the days. Come on, guys. Um, so it's telling me all the other things that I need to know. I know it starts at 10 on both days, and I think we're 10 to 5 on the first day and 10 to 4 on the second day, which is Sunday. Then we pack up and we go back home and we put everything back in the store on Monday so that we can have everything ready for our week. Now, there are workshops that are available and you can still sign up for some of these. There is Intro to Wet Felting. They're going to be making slippers. You have a treasure tote basket that is an all day time. Spinning textured bats, that's a fun one. And mastering the one handed draft. So you've got spinning and you've got some weaving and you've got some wet felting. Those are on Saturday. On Sunday, introduction to inkle loom weaving. I love inkle loom weaving. That's where we make those bands and straps. You can do it with cards, without cards. That is going to be a lot of fun. That is on Sunday. Fractally speaking, that is a spinning technique. And that's it. Those are the workshops. So if you want to get in on those, you better sign up early for those. The next thing that we have are competitions. We have the usual skein competition for the spinners. And if you go to the website at greatlakesfibershow.org and you click on the competitions, you can select these individual competitions. Everything is there. It tells you how to prep your skeins, your spun yarns. You can do singles, you can do 2-ply, you can do art yarn, bulky. There's a novice division. Did you use all wool? Did you use a synthetic fiber to do it? tells you how to prepare that skein so you can enter it into the competition. And all the categories are there, A through H, and there's also a downloadable entry form for that competition for the skeins. Now that is in all of them. There's a form that you need to fill out and send in with your, come on, come on, with your items that you're entering. The next one is the knit and crochet competition. Um, it is just like last year. There's a junior division as well. So knitting and crochet, two separate categories. You have a lot of different things that you can enter, and it all depends on, is it knitting? Let's see, divisions are knitting, crochet, knitting machine. You have the junior division. All divisions are, there's sweaters and vests, shawls, ponchos, and ruanas, accessories, hats, mittens, scarves, cowls, leggings, etc. Socks and slippers are a different category. Garments for babies and children, blankets and pillows, and then stuffed toys such as amigurumis. So it's in every knitting and crochet. It's all there. Again, a downloadable entry form. The new competition this year, and we're all super excited about this. We've been asking for this for a very long time. It's the weaving competition. Because it is a first year, there's a lot of categories that you can enter because weaving is very broad. You have your rigid Heddle weaving, you have your multi-shaft looms, that is a different division. You have tri-loom, which is your pin looms, rectangle, square, you have all of those. You have basketry weaving, that is one. Inkle loom, band, and also ribbon weaving is included in there. You can do wall hangings, tapestries. You can do dimensional and sculptural forms out of your weaving techniques. Macrame is also one of those categories that they are doing. It's called alternative lace interlacement techniques, finger weaving, plaiting, twining, macrame. And I'm wondering if twining also includes bobbin lace and tatting, because that's also knots. It's a weaving technique. So something interesting to have that designation. I'm going to be asking this year. You can do wearables, rugs, women's accessories, scarves, hats, bags. You can even do yardage. They have a category for yardage. I'm not clear what that is. There's not too much in there to tell us right now. But again, it is the first year, and they will be taking whatever is done this year and honing that down for next year, I'm sure. There's also a category, it's the last one listed. It says alternative material applications, weft material from non-traditional sources, found objects, materials, etc. You want to know a couple examples? Wire. We've seen wire weaving. Bags. You can take plastic bags and create your own yarn out of plastic bags and do rugs. So there are alternative things that you can use in your weaving that are not yarn or fiber. So that's the thing you need to think about. That's the direction you need to go with that. And then again, they do have the entry form. I believe it costs $3 for any item that you're entering into any of these categories. So it's each individual item is $3 cost from you to participate in that category. There's a lot up there, so please start early, take your time, download your information sheets, and start prepping those materials now, because you only have 2 hours to get those to the judging area under the grandstands on Saturday morning from 9 to 11. After 11 o'clock, it's cut off. They start judging immediately. So we'll know winners later that afternoon. Yay! And then you can pick up your items on Sunday. I will be making available to any of my customers who have things that they want to enter that they can't be there, to make sure it's there on time on Saturday. They can drop them off the week before through Thursday evening when I'm here. Have everything ready to go. make sure I have the monies, all your entry forms, your projects, make sure everything is listed and labeled, and I'll make sure that that gets entered into those competitions. You don't have to worry. I will take care of it. And I've done it for a few years now. So if you have anything and I'm the closest thing and you're not going to be there, but then you have to make sure that you let them know if you're not going to be picking it up, who is picking it up for you. And if I need to do that, you need to let me know. Okay? So those get picked up on Sunday, 2 o'clock, I think they start picking those up. So there you go. Alrighty. As far as vendors, there's over 100 vendors again this year. There's many new ones. There are those of us who are returning. Kris and I, we're going to be right next to each other again. And I should say Sue too, because Sue's part of that group. So alk&me Fiber Arts and Longtail Knits are going to be in Building 11 as usual in our normal spots. We actually have 3 sections this year, so that's going to be really cool. The people with the crochet hooks, Wickedly Handmade, I believe it is their name. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I have this information correct. Yes, Wickedly Handmade. They're still in Building 11, but they're not going to be behind me. They're actually going to be near a door entrance, up closer to the grandstands, the one furthest to the left if you're looking towards the building from the grandstands. So they're going to be in that area. So they're going to be up by that doorway to minimize the block in the building like what happened last year. So they are returning and they're going to be in Building 11, just in a different space. Alrighty. There are 103 vendors this year. Yay! That's super cool. Last time I looked, they didn't have the map updated as to where the vendors are going to be. They still had last year's map up there. Hopefully they'll get that taken care of here in the next week or two so that you can actually look at the map and see where people are instead of going to the individual list of the vendors and see what building and space they're in. That information is there. That's how I knew that Wickedly Handmade had moved. They just don't have the map to reflect all those changes. Alrighty, that is fun. Free admission, free parking, get there early. If you're doing the workshops, they start before I think they start at 9 o'clock, so that it's before the gates open at 10, before the actual show starts at 10. So that gives people a chance to get in there and get where they need to be before the actual competition starts or before the show starts. All right, give me a second. I need some water. Stop it. He's making faces at me. So to round out May, on the 31st, which is a Saturday, it's the last day of May, we actually have Rigid Heddle. And again, only 4 spots available. So if you want to take this, you need to make sure that you call me so that you can reserve yourself a spot. We use the Ashford 10-inch samplet loom, and you will have a finished item at the end of the day. We make a scarf. So here's just scrap yarns that I use to create a scarf on the 10-inch loom. Everything that I do is on the 10-inch. So anything that you see that I show you is 10-inch. There are some exceptions, like my placemats. I have a 16 samplet loom. I use that every once in a while. This one here is actually a pattern out of the Ashford book for their rigid Heddle weaving. It was the first book that they did. So during the pandemic, I started to go through those patterns just to give myself some practice and learn a little bit more about how to follow a pattern, because this was very specific about how you did the warp to get the different striping color this way. And then the weft, you did a specific number of rows of each color to create the different designs. So that's how that goes. So that book is very informative. It takes you step by step, and it'll take you from very simple things all the way through to, I think the last thing is that double Heddle blanket that's in there. So you can also learn how to use double Heddle. And I do teach those advanced classes, more one-on-one. So if you want to learn an advanced technique, I am more than happy to do that. You just tell me what you want to learn. I'll let you know how long it's going to take, what you're going to need. You will have to have your own loom to do that, okay? But we'll get you started, because once you figure out how to warp it and how to do the pattern weaving, you can finish it at home or finish it here. Either way, doesn't matter to me, because you already know how to do all the basic stuff of getting projects off of your loom once you've already finished the item. All right, that is it for the calendar. Like I said, I'm sure Kris will be updating you on her situation. Bob is doing fine. He's sitting behind the camera today. Of course, yes, we do tape these in advance. It just makes it easier on me when it comes time to post those. But he's doing well. As you can tell, he's picking on me while he's sitting back there. So, yes, he's doing very well. So, thank you. Prayers are appreciated on both counts. And stop it. Yes, we can laugh at this situation because you have to. You know, that's how we go. All right, if you have any questions, you can call me. The number at Longtail Knits is 234-808-4383. You can find us at longtailknits.com, alk&me Fiber Art Studio, or alk&me.com. We are on Facebook, Blue Fiber Tree, Longtail Knits, alk&me. And you can find the Blue Fiber Tree on YouTube, of course. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share with all your friends. We will start posting videos for different techniques here very shortly. I know we've been saying it, but you know what? Life got in the way this year, so we are doing the best we can. And we do want to make sure that we come into you every 2 weeks so that we can let you know we're still here, we're still doing, and everything is very well. Oh, by the way, I want to tell everyone, thank you very much for everyone who participated in Local Yarn Shop Day. We had such an awesome time. I partnered with the Thrifty Owl bookstore because it was Independent Bookstore Day the same day. We had a blast going back and forth, and there were so many people in both of our stores. We had a great day, and there was a lot of new faces in this store, and hopefully many of those will come back in the future once they found out that I was here, and got some great deals and discounts during that day, and everyone had a fun time. So thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated, and we just are super excited and happy that you continue to support us. You guys have an awesome day, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Bye.